I've heard the latest. So you've been accepted back into the Galaxy team, have you? I suppose congratulations are in order. Here, some max potions for me to celebrate. It looks like the big moment is upon us at last. But no doubt it'll be fine. After all, you've worked so hard to earn that red chain. Both Adaman and Irida have headed to the peak as well. My good friend Shunai, I wish you great fortune in the battles to come. I would truly regret losing one of our most beloved and loyal customers. It seems Kamado intends to use the summit camp as a base of operations for this undertaking. As for me, I think I will set up shop closer to the temple itself. Not you again. Things certainly seem to have gotten out of hand. Well, if anything goes wrong, the great Melly will be here. For moral support, at least. Well, at least he actually meant well this time. This time being the optimal word. Let's bring these max potions with us. Everything just looks so wrong. Doesn't it? Not allowed to let anyone pass. You shall not pass! Says who exactly? Oh, this guy. Wait. What? Oh, still alive and kicking? Sorry about having to shutter the wallflower. I'd much rather be there now, serving up some freshly grilled potato mochi. But that taskmaster Kamado's gone and left me to oversee our food supply. He always finds a way to put even these old bones to work. While I'm handling that, I suppose I'll handle you as well. Time we got rid of you once and for all. What? I'll make myself plain. As Kamado's right hand, I'm charged with executing all the gritty deeds Kamado can't or won't do himself. I gave him my word I'd get rid of any fools that might dream of getting in the way of his plans. And besides, it's not just Kamado who longs to live in a new home free of fear or strife. His dream is mine now too. You've seen my smoke bombs before, right? Well, this is how you're meant to use them. When I heard you managed to quell those nobles one after another, oh, did it ever make my blood run hot and my heart pound. At last. At last. One final opponent worthy of my great ninja techniques that have been left to molder all these long years. Yeah. So the cook. This whole time has been a ninja. And if he doesn't look familiar, this will give it away. The Pokemon that he uses, you're going to recognize very quickly. This was a very subtle. This character was a very subtle ancestor because you honestly would not have seen it coming. Gardevoir, eh? Spiky green hair and a Gardevoir. If you haven't put it together yet, this guy is the ancestor of Wally. Yes, Wally from the Ruby and Sapphire games. Let's see. You are a fighting dark type, correct? No, wait. Not fighting dark type. Fighting poison type. In that case. You haven't seen much action. It seems my ninja techniques will soon be consigned to history. Very good, young one. Very good indeed. It's only a foolish ninja who tries to keep after a target they know they cannot beat. And to be honest, I don't hate you. Might actually like you after a fashion. At least for the skill you show in battle. But listen well, Pokemon are truly terrifying creatures. Kamado and I saw our hometown burned to the ground by maddened Pokemon running amok. We lost plenty of friends and comrades that day. That's why Kamado came here to Hisui, to try to build a new home where people could live free from fear. But to achieve something truly great, you sometimes have to take extreme actions. If, hypothetical as it may be, a Pokemon were to appear from within that space-time rift, Kamado might lose a hold of his reason. Save Kamado from himself, by force if you must. Do that, and I'll stuff you full of more delicious potato mochi than a human stomach can handle. So yeah. And that also gives a clue that both Kamado and Benny are not from this area. Where they're originally from, it's not really known. You better take that red chain up to the top of the mountain. That Pokemon threatening to descend on the peak any moment now. I think it may be Almighty Sinnoh. But all this has to be stopped, and you're the only one who can do it. Almighty Sinnoh seems to be nearly here, but still the commander obstructs us. You again. I've heard that this red chain of yours will bind the world. I assume that to bind the world means to hold the world together, keeping it as it's meant to be. A welcome idea. But can I truly put my faith in such tales? Trust me. Commander, please, be reasonable. I understand that you're bound to protect your people as commander of the Galaxy Expedition team. I have the same duty toward my clan. But doubting Shunai like this, you're not just wrong, you're a fool. Perhaps you are right. But if I were to simply place my faith in this girl, and that faith were to be betrayed, then how could I possibly face my people? You may think you're the only one desperate to protect the people of Jubilife, but you're not. Shunai is putting her life on the line as well. Now it's starting to clear up. Fine, enough. Let fate decide what happens next. Whichever of us is stronger will prevail. Face me with your Pokemon, Shunai. Today we battle in earnest. Perfect lead for this. Oh yeah? What's that? What a waste of a turn, because Bitter Malice is stronger when you have a status condition. Well, there's truth to that. In fact, he's actually still in the game's files as a super boss. They actually went full circle on that back in there was also a they actually went full circle with that a generation earlier with Professor Kukui. Because he was the final battle for Sun and Moon. My only reaction to that meager damage is, and your point is? Any Pokemon that threatens our life here must be eliminated. Yeah, because I hate how Sun and Moon was just hand-holdy and so linear. It really drove me crazy. You truly are a force to be reckoned with. Shunai, the fates have decided. I concede, and I apologize sincerely for doubting you. Commander Kamado, I know I have no right to ask it of you any longer, but please use that strength of yours for the sake of the Galaxy Expedition team. No, for the sake of the Celestica people and all the Pokemon living in Hisui. Don't you worry, Commander. We've got the red chain. The only thing that bothered me with X and Y was it wasn't handholdy, it was just too linear. So, folks, this is the peak of Mount Coronet, meaning that we are standing at what would become Spear Pillar. This is what Spear Pillar used to look like. It's why these various evolutions were lost. Come now, now's the time. Use the red chain. Wait, what is this? There's a voice in my head. No, in my heart, it's speaking to me. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then. Oh, Irida, what do you say? Do you hear what you're saying? Catch you? Almighty Sinnoh. I think Almighty Sinnoh may be speaking to me. It's telling me, you hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, for the fight to come. Take these. A temple to Arceus, I might add. Yeah, I expect this to be difficult because Dialga, Palkia, they are not pushovers. The Creation Trio are very powerful. Also, I love this version of this battle theme. Playing with fire there. And there we go. She caught it, right? She caught Almighty Sinnoh. The red chain's been shattered. But we've still got the Pokemon of the Lakes to thank for getting this far. Oh, well done, Shunai, my girl. Masterfully handled. I was watching the whole time as you battled and caught your way to a simply stunning victory. You truly are the pride of the Survey Corps. It's all because she had me show her the ropes when she first got here. I can hear Almighty... No, it's called Palkia. Mighty Palkia speaking to me in my mind. Space-time grows chaotic. The power fails the frenzied one. It comes now to fight. That is why I am here. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain smashed to bits. No way even Shunai could tackle another Pokemon as strong as that last one now. Yeah, about that. For the record, I would love to use the Dialga's fight to the finish for Mystery Dungeon. All of you, we must vacate this. Yeah, forget this fancy talk. Book it, come on! We gotta get back to the summit camp while we still can. We need to leave before the almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight us. But Commander, we can't just leave it here. You dunce! You won't be any use to anybody if you die up here in this mountain. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get gone. I almost turned him into a pirate. Such dreadful power. It's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'm amazed you even managed to stay on your feet before it, Shunai. And did you notice the energy pouring out of the rift? It seems likely that a buildup of the same energy was what caused the strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. So our two clans truly were following different Almighty Sinnoh, but both were real. What a shocking turn of events. To say nothing of the shock of hearing the commander speak differently. I must apologize from the bottom of my heart to both of you as fellow leaders. You saw that the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust in her. And to you, I acted on ill-considered presumptions and drove you from the Galaxy Expedition team, forcing you to face great hardship alone. And despite all that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. Well, it's not like we could just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. And we understood, Commander, that you had reasons to act as you did. Commander, I suggest we return to the matter at hand. We've left things in quite a state up at the temple. That's the stuff, Mr. Professor. That's Mr. Dr. Professor Laventon. You rather face what's in front of us than dwell in the past, huh? Just what I'd expect from a real scientist. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let us move on. No need to speak any further about my rash actions, not to mention my loss of composure. It seems that having Shunai about has been a good influence on all. That's only natural. Shunai is strong enough to defeat even this new opponent single-handedly. Whoa, slow down. Did you forget that the red chain broke? We'll be alright, armed with the knowledge mighty Palkia imparted to me. Palkia? The Pokemon that talked to you? Yes, it told me its name, but that's not all. The Stone of Creation's beginning, the Chain of Red, the vessel of humankind's invention. Unite these three and calm the chaos now, disturbing the flow of time. And then mighty Palkia must go back with us to the temple, it said. Well, that chain of red is in pieces now, but if little bits will do, I gather those. And the vessel of humankind's invention. I dare say that might refer to a Pokeball. That's gotta be it. But what about that Stone of Creation's beginning, huh? Lion might have some idea. He's knowledgeable about stones and minerals. He even goes digging for ore sometimes. Is that so? Then Warden Lion will be a fine resource to consult. And what are your thoughts, Professor Laventon? Do you have any idea what this stone could be? Oh, upon my word, perhaps I do. Should I, my girl? Could you lend me those plates you received from Weirdeer and the others? And the one that Volo said had messages engraved upon them? Nah, more like, Team Aqua. Aha, just as I remembered. Here, on the back of the Earth plate, it says, when the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think this may be a hint to what we need. What do you mean? Don't you see? We must search for stone, or rather ore. I suppose that shares the same material properties as these plates. In fact, I believe that young Lion might know just where to find such a thing, as he said he'd been investigating it at Volo's urging. Now that you mention it, that Volo fellow's come around the Diamond Settlement asking about those plates before too. This seems like a lead worth following. It's decided then. Thus begins our search for the Stone of Creation's beginning. Although the name is rather a mouthful, wouldn't you say, I propose we call it Origin Ore. Irida, may I ask for your clan's aid once more? Of course. I'll call Lion to the summer camp at once. Yeah, I suppose. I waited as long as anyone could reasonably expect, but my invitation just never came. So I decided to honor you all with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. Now, Adaman, I see all these other louts have their little tasks to be getting on with. But what of the great Melly? Where's my role in all this? I'm your leader, Melly. Show a shred of respect, would you? Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job, great leader Adaman, and make it a good one. You want a job? Fine. Your job is to support the others. All the other wardens are busy looking after their nobles and keeping the people of our clans from panicking. Take a hint. Oh, Adaman. Oh, you silly, foolish boy. Don't you understand anything? Everyone has work they are suited to do, and work they are not. You know, before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless after all, Galaxy Team Grunt. Well done, you. Take this as a reward for your adorable efforts. Just my way of encouraging the little people. And you're all so little compared to me. Can I punch him? I brought Lion. Yeesh, that ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does. I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. Hisui's ores and stones are her precious resource. Since I was the first to realize that fact, it's only natural that I should be the first consulted. If you have a problem with it, perhaps you'd like to take it up with Cleavor in battle, with that bubbling ball of yours? Excuse me? That bubbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? Melly, give it a rest and play nice with Pearl Clan folks for once, would you? Bigger things are at stake here. But Adam, man! Everyone back home is all worked up because the Pearl Clan got to speak to Almighty Sinnoh, or Palkia, or whatever. Do you want them to hog all the glory? Wooden Lion, if you would. Certainly. Then let us set out at once. We make for the primeval grotto. And that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.